So today's story is about this paint. Alright, so moving, working on my house, and I needed to repaint this room, fix the hole in the wall. I went to Walmart the other day to get a gallon of the same color paint, and no big deal, got the paint. So I was checking out the clearance aisle and they had a bunch of paint on clearance. And one of the colors kind of looked similar, I thought, maybe to what I had. So I picked up my paint to get a closer look, and I tilted it like this to look at the color where it's dried on the lid there, and it just dumped. Like, the lid wasn't even close to being on. Now, I had watched the clerk, you know, the lady, I had watched her hammer the lid, but it hadn't registered to me. She just like tapped it, like tap, 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 like in 2 places, and handed me the paint. This paint, the lid wasn't on, it just dumped out. It was all over my shirt, all over my shorts, all over, it just run down my legs. It splattered onto my sandals. I had paint on my sandals. And I just stood there in the clearance aisle with this huge puddle of paint on the ground. People walked by and they were like looking at me like I was insane, and I'm like, I didn't do this on purpose. I mean, I swear I didn't dump paint out here because like I'm nuts or anything. Ended up going back to the paint counter. An associate called the hardware manager, and she came and apologized. Different person than what did the paint, than who filled the paint. She said, go up to customer service. We're going to make you another gallon of paint, and then go up to customer service, and they will take care of you. And at this point, I was still like not thinking quite straight. Like my mind was just a little out of whack or something from all this paint, because I've been cleaning it off of me for a while now, so I wouldn't, like, I know I left a trail of paint from where I was to the paint counter, but I had to. So anyway, long story short, I get up to the customer service desk after a few minutes, and I was supposed to talk to the manager. She said, go talk to the manager, she'll take care of you. So I walk up there, and this woman's like, oh, did you get your paint? And I'm like, yeah. And she's doing some stuff on the register, and she's not really looking at me, and she's just like blah, 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 you know, doing some button pushing. And finally I'm like, hey, what's going on? And I didn't ask it in a rude way, I didn't think. I was just like, hey, what's going on? And she's like, well, I guess you're getting your gift card. And I'm like, oh, I'm supposed to give you a gift card. Real rude. And I was like, okay, I'm supposed to talk to the manager. Oh, you want to talk to the manager? And I'm like, I was just told to come up and talk to the manager. And she's like, okay, we'll get her. So I stand around for about 10 minutes, and then the manager walks up and she goes, so you had some paint get on you? And I'm like, yeah, my sandals are ruined, my clothes are all ruined. And she's like, oh, I'm really sorry about that. And I'm like, well, she's like, so did you get your gift card? And I'm like, yeah, I got a $25 gift card, but I'm like, these are like $40, $50 sandals. I said, this is a brand, it wasn't this t-shirt, but it really was a brand new t-shirt Shauna had just bought me for $20, really nice one, from Old Navy, of all places. If they even have a $20. Anyway, but she said it was $20. And I was like, yeah, but I mean, like, this was like a $20, you know, my shorts are ruined, I got paint all over me, and I was just like, I don't know, 25, and I was being very like, I was just like, I don't know, does $25 sound appropriate to you? Do you think that sounds right? And she's like, well, I don't know, but I'll go talk to the manager. And I'm like, you're the manager. And she goes, oh no, I'm not the manager, I'm just over customer service. And so I stood there for like 15 more minutes, and she comes back out and she goes, well, look, we're giving you that paint, so the best we can do is another $25 gift card. So I guess in a lot of ways, I mean, like, the paint was like $25. Basically, I got $75 out of the deal, and you know, like, my shoes are, you know, they're okay. They got paint on them, but it was just, I think what rubbed me the wrong way about it and why I got so like confused and irritated was when I went up front, I expected to have a discussion about, you know, recourse for the negligence that they had caused in the accident, and instead it was more like, here's your $25, get out. You know what I mean? Like, it was almost like they were buying me off or something, and I felt really bad about it because I'm like, well, I mean, it was an accident, but, you know, I mean, they should pay for my stuff really, because I just, you know, I don't know. I was really, so what do you guys think? Was I kind of, I don't know, I didn't say anything rude. I just was like, okay, well, if that's the best you can do, thanks. And I took the other $25 gift card, and I was just still like, I don't know, I felt like what if I'd been wearing, you know, brand new Birkenstock sandals, or brand new, I don't know, $150 shoes of some kind, and covered them with paint? Or what if I had, you know, dumped the paint out in the back of my vehicle and got paint all over the back of my van? I would have been really upset. So in fact, I was kind of lucky. But long story short, let me finish off with this. If you ever buy paint, just pay really close attention to how they close that lid. If they don't do a good job, take that mallet and do it yourself, because it could be a disaster. See you guys later.